Hao. My name is Garrick, and welcome back to Taiwan, Lao Wai. I'm sorry about the lighting situation right now. We're making bad choices again. We are making bad choices. What else is new? So, right now we are actually continuing our mission Michelin, which if you're new to this channel, I am on a mission to eat at every Michelin recommended restaurant in Taipei City. And it just so happens there are a couple of those places that are only open for breakfast. And I don't mean brunch. I don't mean like, oh, it's only like a little hour into the afternoon. No, I mean breakfast. These places close the heck down before noon, which means if we actually want to visit them, we gotta get out and about a little early. That's right, it is not the dead of night right now, it is the earliest possible morning. We are right before the ass crack of dawn, essentially. It is 5:30 right now. We are getting up this ridiculously early so we can hop on all the trains and buses we need to get into the city to eat at a breakfast place before it closes down. God, this is a horrible idea. I'm on like 30 minutes of sleep right now. This is a mistake I always make. When I have to like get up early to go somewhere, I just don't sleep because I'm afraid like, oh well, what if I sleep in? What if I miss the alarm? So I just stay up to make sure that I'm able to make that time. I always think it seems like a good idea in the heat of the moment, and it never is. I don't know why I keep tricking myself into it. Whatever, we're gonna have to sleep on the bus and the train on the way there, and on the way back, and probably once we're back home as well. I'm a walking catastrophe, but what else is new? We'll make it work somehow. Anyway, the restaurant we are visiting this morning is in Yonghe district. I don't know if that is part of the main Taipei City area, or if it's technically part of the new Taipei City surrounding areas. But Yonghe district is essentially south of the main city blob. Like if you head directly south from the center of main Taipei area, you get into Yonghe district, which I've actually never been to before, so I'm not sure what it looks like. And the restaurant is actually named after Yonghe district. I believe the full name is Yonghe Hsiang soy milk. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know. I don't think it has an official English translation, so the Michelin Guide just translates it directly from the Chinese. So if you're looking for it on Google Maps, it is gonna be a bit of a search. I do have the name in the original Chinese characters up on screen right now. Make sure you are looking for this in particular, because this is the restaurant, this is the name that shows up on Google Maps. From what it seems, this is a pretty traditional Taiwanese breakfast spot. It's got all the classics: youtiao, danbing, egg pancakes, xiaolongbao. It seems like its specialty is shaobing, which is a kind of stuffed Taiwanese pastry. Essentially, it's a flatter cousin of the clay oven roll, which if you followed my Michelin videos, you've probably seen me tuck into a couple of those. I'm excited about this. It's been a while since we've had like a really nice Taiwanese breakfast on this channel, and in general, if I'm being honest. So we're gonna get there nice and early. We're gonna get all the classics, and I am gonna show you how to eat like a Taiwanese business person who has to get up way too early and needs some fuel to go about their day. And hopefully I won't fall asleep in the middle of it. Hopefully. Alright, that's enough rambling from me. I'm gonna wait for the bus to get here and try to catch some sleep as I bounce around on my way to Yonghe district. See you there. Buy an entire roll cake from a vending machine? That's bananas. So right now we're at the Banqiao train station, and I really should come back here and show you guys around. at some point later when it's, later in the day and all these incredible shops are open. This train station in particular really does kind of double as like a food mall or a food court. I come here sometimes just to eat at some of the restaurants here or, visit some of the shops. It's that kind of place. So we'll put that on the agenda for another day. For now, though, breakfast awaits. We got on a train heading in the wrong direction for a hot second, but hey, it all turned out well. Anyways, welcome to Yonghe district, and it looks pretty dang densely packed together. Like, it's a little hard to see because this frickin' bridge is blocking a lot of the view, but from what I saw going on that train, there are a lot of very big, fat, high-rise buildings in this area, stacked very close together. They're not really skyscrapers like you'd get in main Taipei, but it is still pretty intimidating obelisks of architecture here. Yeah, now that we're on a bike heading through the streets, you can tell this is a pretty densely packed area. I'm gonna have to keep my wits extra about me so I don't get blindsided by a moped or something. Luckily, the restaurant is pretty close by at this point, so I will see you when we're ready to get some ding-dong-dang breakfast. Man, not gonna lie, this area is kind of claustrophobic. There is a density of buildings here that you don't see a lot elsewhere in Taiwan. Even in Taipei, as big as Taipei is, the streets are very wide. They're very spread apart. Not so here. I mean, it does look like a lovely little place, and I definitely should explore more when I get the time. Just not today, because we're hungry for breakfast. Now, judging by the line out front, this is the place we're looking for with this rickety old sign out front. I'm glad we seem to have gotten in before the major breakfast rush, so hopefully we will have time to sit and enjoy ourselves. So, I'm gonna get myself some grub, and I will probably see you when we're finished eating, or however I end up doing this. Cheers.
5 minutes later.
Holy moly, well that was delicious. Hope you'll excuse me if I wander through this day market on my way back to the train station. I am almost never up this early, so I'm taking this opportunity to appreciate the hustle and bustle of early morning Taiwan while I can. Like, my god, look at all these fish. God dang. So, as I expected, this is a very traditional Taiwanese breakfast eatery. It's fast, it's cheap, it's convenient, you get in and out in like a matter of 20 minutes or less. And also, like most Taiwanese breakfast eateries, there's no paper menu or special menu you can hold and use your Google Translate on that way. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm very tired. The point is, the only menu in places like this is the big menu on the wall that is entirely in Chinese. So if you can't read Mandarin, have some idea of what you want to order before you set foot in there. Now, luckily, one of the workers spoke very good English, and he was incredibly kind and welcoming to me as I placed my order, and he helped me figure out a few things. But probably a good idea to go in with a plan at least, to make it easier on them. Now, since this is a traditional Taiwanese breakfast place, I went for a bunch of traditional Taiwanese breakfast foods, including some that I haven't really tried before. First, considering that this place is named Hsiang soy milk, I figured we might as well get some soy milk. I have never had soy milk before, it's never really been on my radar, but it is a fairly popular breakfast item in Taiwan. You can get it hot or cold, you can get it with or without sugar, it comes in this nice big bowl. I think you can also chop up little pieces of youtiao, or fried dough stick into it as well, although I did not do that this time. I wanted the pure soy milk experience. And it's an interesting experience. The taste is more sour than anything. I don't want to say it tastes like spoiled milk, because that's not accurate at all, but it's got a little bit of funkiness to it. Granted, I got the non-sweetened version, so maybe the taste with sugar mellows it out a little bit, but for what I got, it was not entirely my thing, but you know, I don't hold that against them. You win some, you lose some when you try new things. Luckily, the Xiaolong Bao I got were much tastier and much closer to the delicious Taiwanese breakfast I was hoping for. You really can't go wrong with Xiaolong Bao, and these certainly did not go wrong. If anything, I'd say they were maybe a bit milder in taste than some of the Xiaolong Bao I've had before, but that's really just a matter of preference. If you want, like, flavor bombs or something a bit more restrained that you can drizzle a bit of vinegar over or whatever. I also got myself a danbing, which is sort of an egg scallion pancake roll-up. It's a bit like a Taiwanese breakfast burrito, essentially. Very classic stuff. The kind of pancake they use for that is very toothsome and, you know, a little bit stretchy and pulley. Usually you can stuff them with meat or cheese or something else, but I just got a very basic danbing. Nothing in it but the eggs and the pancake itself. Pretty nice, though. I think it was definitely crying out for some sauce, which thankfully they had on... I'm sorry, morning mouth is not letting me word correctly. Give me a second. There were a lot of different sauces on the table. You know, a little vinegar, a little hoisin, a little chili sauce, so you can really mix and match and pick your favorite flavor combination to dip your danbing in if you want a little more punch with it. Of course, the xiaobing were the main attraction for me, and I'm happy to say they did not disappoint. There were 3 different flavors you could pick from: sweet red bean, black sesame, and salty green onion. Since sesame is not my favorite, I just got the red bean and the scallion, and they were both friggin' delicious. I love the way Taiwan does, like, scallion filling and pastries. It's not just salty, it's savory, it's unctuous, it's mouth-watering. It's like almost as umami as eating a steak, honestly. I don't know how they make an allium taste like that, but kudos. The red bean as well, I think, is one of the best red bean fillings I've ever had. Like, it's got a very pronounced sweetness, but it's not, like, artificial. It's still very much red bean flavor forward. Remarkably smooth paste, too. Like, they definitely worked that thing a lot to get all the chunks out of it. Overall, this was nothing fancy, nothing pretentious, nothing reinventing the wheel. It was just a damn good traditional Taiwanese breakfast, which might not seem special enough to warrant a Michelin recommendation, I guess, like if it's just doing the classic thing, you know? But I think this place does go a bit above and beyond in a few key ways. First, the speed. This food came out fucking fast. I literally placed my order and sat down, and everything was on my table in less than 2 minutes, maybe even less than 1 minute. Keep in mind, they are constantly making new batches of all this stuff. New batches of Xiaolong Bao and new batches of Xiaobing. So they're able to sling high-quality food at you very fast. There's also the quality of the food itself. Not only does it taste good, it feels good to eat. Taiwanese breakfast can be a little greasy and heavy in the belly, but this stuff was super light, super refreshing. If I'm honest, I wasn't even that hungry heading into breakfast, but having eaten that, I feel like I still got room in my stomach. And most importantly, the service was excellent. Even putting aside the guy who spoke really good English to help me, everyone was just very nice. They were very efficient, very good at understanding me, you know, checking up on me to make sure everything was as delicious as I hoped. Now, obviously, those were not peak busy hours. I don't know how long the line there gets when it's, like, really time for the breakfast rush, but at least from my experience, I could not ask for a more welcoming service from them. And super cheap, too. All those items together were just $1.29 NTD. That's barely $4 US. That's the beauty of Taiwan street food culture. You can eat a great meal and a filling meal for super duper cheap. So yes, this was a pretty standard Taiwanese meal, but it executed that standard about as well as it possibly could. So I definitely think that makes it worth a look if you're in the area. That's good news for me, because I'd hate to think I woke up this ridiculously early on barely any sleep to go to a restaurant that wasn't worth it. And it was worth it, so thank God for that. With that said, I think it's about time for me to head back home and smash my face into the pillow for a few hours. My work thankfully does not start today until much later, so I have time to catch up on my Z's. So with all that said, thank you once again for joining me at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll see you next time. 再见. Bye bye.